Earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes, hurricanes that look like special effects. But this isn't a movie. These are real events that, in minutes, changed the course of human history. Today, you're going to see the 15 most destructive natural disasters of the last decades, from forgotten tragedies to catastrophes that still give the world chills. If you think humans control the planet, watch this video till the very end. This is Top Gun, let's go. Number 1. 1976. Tangshan earthquake, China. The night the earth literally swallowed the city. Night. The city's asleep. And nobody has a clue that in just a second, all that peace is about to end. The 28th of July, 1976. Tangshan, China. An earthquake hits. No warning. No sirens. No chance. In just 15 seconds, one of China's biggest industrial cities is reduced to rubble. Buildings collapse like dominoes. Roads vanish. Communication? Gone. Officially, hundreds of thousands are dead. Unofficially, the numbers could be way worse. This earthquake became one of the deadliest in human history. And that night, humanity learned one brutal truth. If the earth decides to wake up, nobody is ever ready. Number 2. 1985. Nevado del Ruiz, Colombia. The mountain's quiet, but under its icy cap, a killer is waiting. On the 11th of November 1985, Nevado del Ruiz woke up after a long sleep. At first glance, it seemed like just another eruption. Smoke, ash, small tremors. But nobody saw the hidden threat coming: the lahar, a deadly volcanic mudslide. A massive wall of mud raced down the volcano's slopes, and the small town of Armero was right in its path. In just minutes, thousands of homes were wiped out. Officially, over 23,000 people died, and countless survivors lost everything. This volcano taught a brutal truth. Even a small mountain can kill thousands if you underestimate it. Nature doesn't play by rules, it only shows its power. Number 3. 1991. Mount Pinatubo, Philippines. A giant had been sleeping for centuries, but when it woke up, the world around it would never be the same. June 1991. Mount Pinatubo, quiet for over 500 years, started stirring. At first, just small tremors, smoke, a few weak quakes. But inside, power was building power that could change the climate. Then came the massive eruption. A dense cloud shot 34 kilometers into the sky, turning daylight into a dark haze. Pyroclastic flows and mudslides tore down the slopes, destroying everything in their path. Over 8,000 people were evacuated, hundreds died, thousands lost their homes. And the impact didn't stop at the Philippines. Tons of volcanic ash affected the global climate, dropping temperatures for years. Once again, Pinatubo reminded humanity, nature doesn't ask for permission, it just takes what it wants. Number 4. 1998. Floods in China, Yangtze River. Imagine waking up one morning and your entire city is underwater. In 1998, the Yangtze River decided it had enough. Weeks of non-stop rain turned China's biggest river into a monster. Streets became rivers. Houses vanished. Millions of people had to run for their lives. This wasn't just a flood, this was one of the worst natural disasters of the 20th century. Thousands were killed. Tens of millions were affected. And the damage? Absolutely insane. The Chinese army, volunteers, and everyday people fought the water day and night, building walls with their own hands. After this disaster, China completely changed how it fights floods forever. Number 5. 2003 European heatwave. What if summer wasn't just hot, but deadly? In 2003, Europe experienced a heatwave so extreme, scientists still talk about it today. Temperatures smashed records. Asphalt melted. Rivers dried up. And entire cities turned into ovens. In Italy, peaks of around 46 degrees Celsius 115 degrees Fahrenheit, were recorded, and in one of the hottest places in Europe, Amarelech, temperatures reached 47.3 degrees Celsius, 117.1 degrees Fahrenheit, with peaks above 40 degrees Celsius in many countries. This wasn't a vacation summer, this was a silent disaster. Over 70,000 people died, mostly elderly and vulnerable, while the heat just kept rising. France was hit the hardest. Hospitals overflowed, morgues ran out of space, and many people didn't even realize the danger until it was too late. After 2003, Europe changed forever. New heat emergency systems, warning alerts, and a terrifying realization. Climate change doesn't arrive loudly, it creeps in silently. Number 6, 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. What if the ocean suddenly decided to attack? The 26th of December, 2004, a massive earthquake strikes beneath the Indian Ocean, and minutes later, the water disappears. Beaches go silent. People are confused. Cameras are rolling. Then the wave hits. Walls of water up to 30 meters high smash into coastlines across Asia, Indonesia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, India. Entire cities are erased. Trains, cars, houses, gone in seconds. Over 230,000 people are killed in one of the deadliest natural disasters in human history. No warning systems. No time to escape. Just raw, unstoppable force. After 2004, the world finally understood one thing. The ocean doesn't need permission to destroy everything. Number 7, 2005, Hurricane Katrina, USA. What if one storm exposed the weakness of an entire system? In 2005, Hurricane Katrina slammed into the United States and changed history. The storm passed, but then the levees failed. New Orleans went underwater. 80% of the city flooded. Homes destroyed. Families stranded on rooftops. People waited days for help. There is chaos in the White House. Outside silence. Over 1,800 lives lost. Damage? More than $125 billion. Katrina wasn't just a hurricane, it was a brutal reminder that even the most powerful country on earth can be completely unprepared. Nature didn't fail, the system did. Number 8, 2005, Pakistan earthquake. What if the ground beneath you suddenly snapped? The 8th of October 2005, a powerful earthquake hits northern Pakistan in the Kashmir region. Just 8 seconds. That's all it took. Entire towns collapse. Mountains trigger massive landslides. Roads vanish. Rescue teams can't even reach the survivors. Muzaffarabad is nearly wiped out. Schools, hospitals, homes gone. Over 85,000 people killed. Millions left homeless. Winter is coming, and tents become the only shelter. This wasn't just a natural disaster. It was a race against time, cold and chaos. When the earth breaks, there is nowhere to run. Number 9, 2008, Cyclone Nargis, Myanmar. What if the storm didn't just destroy cities, but an entire country's future? May 2008, Cyclone Nargis slams into Myanmar without mercy. Winds over 200 kilometers per hour, a massive storm surge, and then silence. The Irrawaddy Delta is completely flooded. Villages disappear overnight. Fields turn into oceans. There is nowhere to run. Over 130,000 people are killed or missing. Millions lose their homes. And help arrives far too late. This wasn't just nature. This was a disaster made worse by isolation, poor warnings, and closed borders. When every second counts, delay kills. Number 10, 2008, Sichuan earthquake. When the world collapsed in a minute, what if the ground shook so hard that entire cities just collapsed? The 12th of May, 2008, a massive earthquake strikes China's Sichuan province. The shaking lasts barely 90 seconds, but the damage is permanent. Buildings crumble like sand, mountains collapse into valleys, roads snap in half. Wenchuan becomes the epicenter of hell. Thousands of schools collapse. Entire families are buried alive. Over 87,000 people are killed or missing. Millions are left without homes. Rescue teams dig with bare hands. Parents search through rubble for days, and the whole world watches in shock. This disaster changed China forever. New building codes, stricter safety laws, and one painful truth. Nature doesn't care how prepared you think you are. Number the 11th of November 2010, Haiti earthquake, 35 seconds of apocalypse. What if your entire capital collapsed in less than a minute? The 12th of January 2010, a powerful earthquake strikes the island nation of Haiti. The shaking lasts just 35 seconds. But for millions of people, life is never the same. Port-au-Prince is destroyed. Government buildings collapse. Hospitals fall apart. Entire neighborhoods turn into rubble. Over 220,000 people are killed. More than 1 million are left homeless. And help struggles to arrive. Survivors dig with bare hands. Nights are filled with screams, dust, and darkness. There is no power, no water, no hope. This wasn't just an earthquake. It was a humanitarian nightmare caught on camera. When poverty meets disaster, the damage multiplies. Number 12, 2011, Japan earthquake and tsunami. A triple whammy. What if one disaster triggered another, and then another? The 11th of March 2011, one of the most powerful earthquakes ever recorded, hits Japan. The ground shakes violently. Buildings survive. People think it's over. It's not. Minutes later, a massive tsunami slams into the coast. Entire towns are swallowed whole. Cars, ships, houses dragged inland like toys. Then comes the third blow. Fukushima. Power fails. Cooling systems stop. Nuclear meltdown begins. Over 18,000 people dead or missing. Hundreds of thousands evacuated. And a country known for preparedness faces the unthinkable. This wasn't just a natural disaster. It was a chain reaction. When nature hits, once you recover. When it hits 3 times, history changes. Number 13. 2011-2012. Drought and famine in East Africa. When the land stopped giving life. What if the sun became your enemy? 2011-2012. East Africa faces one of the worst droughts in decades. Rivers dry. Crops fail. Livestock die. People struggle to find even a sip of water. Somalia, Kenya, Ethiopia, entire regions on the brink of famine. Over 13 million people affected. More than 250,000 dead. Thousands starve, while aid struggles to reach remote villages. Children walk for hours under a burning sun just to get water. Families abandon homes in search of survival. And hope feels like a luxury. This wasn't just a weather disaster. It was a humanitarian catastrophe. When the sun becomes an enemy, the struggle for life begins. Number 14, 2019-2020. Australia bushfires, when the fire was visible from space. What if the land itself was on fire, and nothing could stop it? 2019-2020. Australia is hit by some of the worst bushfires in recorded history. Flames engulf forests, towns, and wildlife reserves. Smoke covers cities like a dark cloud. People flee, homes vanish, and animals run for their lives. Millions of hectares burned. Over 30 people killed. Billions of animals lost, and the destruction seems endless. Nature burned for months. Firefighters risk everything to save towns. Communities unite, and the world watches in horror. This wasn't just a fire, this was nature screaming. Number 15, 2023 earthquake in Turkey and Syria. When the earth broke. What if you were sleeping and the world just shattered beneath you? The 6th of February 2023, a massive earthquake sequence hit southern Turkey and northern Syria, one of the deadliest quakes in modern history. A monstrous 7.8 magnitude quake strikes early morning, followed by another 7.7 aftershock hours later, shaking the earth for over a minute. Buildings collapse like Lego. Cities are crushed. Homes disappear. The death toll? Tens of thousands of people killed. Thousands more injured. Millions affected. Entire communities are buried. Rescue crews race against time in freezing winter nights. Families search through rubble, hoping for miracles. The economic damage? Eye-watering tens of billions of dollars. This wasn't a single quake, it was a catastrophic collapse of the Earth itself. When the ground breaks, nothing stays the same. Phew, these were 15 disasters that showed how ruthless our planet is. From rivers that turned into tsunamis, skies burning with fire, to earthquakes that shook cities to their foundations, Earth doesn't negotiate. It doesn't care about your plans, your vacations, or even your morning coffee. These events are brutal, shocking, and honestly, a little humbling. So next time you complain about Monday, just remember at least your house isn't flying away. Give it a like if you survived this top, subscribe to Top Gan, and turn on notifications. Take care, stay curious, and remember, the planet always has the final say.